Finally! Oh my days, I've been waiting for this for so long.
Can someone please explain to me how and why we got Mega Drive games before getting Game Boy games? Like, is that not Nintendo? How did Sega get there for— Anyway, doesn't matter, we got it now. I can finally play Tetris and Kirby's Dream Land on the Switch now, which is great. I mean, you really can't get better than this.
No way that's Game Boy Advance. What?
Now, I made a pretty negative video about the expansion pass a while ago, and now that they've included this, I may have to reconsider some stuff because now it's starting to get a little bit interesting. Obviously, Nintendo Switch Online being, well, Nintendo Switch Online, the selection of the Game Boy games are a little bit random to say the least. I mean, why do we have Super Mario Land 2 but not the first one, for example? I'm sure that there's some copyright related reason for it, but it's just super odd. However, we do have Tetris. I mean, if we didn't have Tetris, there would be no point in bringing over Game Boy. We got Metroid 2, which is pretty nice. And like I said, even though that we don't have Super Mario Land 1 for some reason, at least we have some form of Mario 2D platformer from the Game Boy coming over, at least as of right now, so it's better than nothing. Also, I think 1 is the better game, but let's not cause an argument. And then obviously we're getting Game Boy Advance games. I wasn't expecting to get it back to back with the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. Like, that's just so cool to see. Again, the game selection is pretty strange. I don't know why we only have Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Advance 4. Bro, that is a mouthful every time I say it. But it's really hard to complain when it's a childhood game of yours that you haven't played in a while, so I will still take it regardless. We also got WarioWare Inc., and I'm sorry, I was not expecting this one. I haven't actually played this game before, and I'm looking forward to giving it a try, but man, I was not expecting to get a WarioWare game on Nintendo Switch Online, honestly. I think that game might be a fan favourite, especially the new players that haven't played any Game Boy Advance games before. Super Circuit and Superstar Saga were very great picks for this as well. I did grow up with both games. They weren't my favourites on the system by any means, but they're still, I would say, very heavy hitters on the Game Boy Advance. And again, for those of you who haven't played any Game Boy Advance games, these two games are super important as well. Super Circuit's the first portable Mario Kart, and Superstar Saga is the first game in the Mario and Luigi franchise as well. I think the appreciation for both Mario Kart and the Mario and Luigi games will probably go up a lot after people experience these two games. And we got yet another Zelda game as well. Obviously the Game Boy section, we had Link's Awakening, which is my favourite Zelda game. Absolutely love that. And for GBA we got Minish Cap, a game that I haven't played. That's still 2 full Zelda games that have made their way to Nintendo Switch. That's really cool. Another thing that I like is that they picked the definitive versions of each one of these games. With Link's Awakening, they went with DX and not the original. Love that. And with Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Advance 4, they picked the one with the bonus levels. Do you know how rare that is nowadays? Even my personal copy doesn't even have the extra bonus levels, so I'm glad that they included that so that we can all experience it. That's something that I missed out on growing up with this game, so that's added another extra detail and another extra experience with a game that I grew up with. Yes, Nintendo, more of that. But just for the sake of ending on a negative note, I really hope that you fix the online for this, because if I see that my Super Circuit is laggy with online or just multiplayer in general, we have issues.